I'm jingle jangling, woo-hoo! Hello, Alycats and new viewers. So today is part 2 of my October 2016 favorites. If you are new to the channel and don't know what favorites are, that's where I list everything I loved in the entertainment industry pretty much for the entire month. I do split these into 2 parts though because I have way too many favorites. I can't narrow them down, so one long video would probably be too long, so you get 2 for the price of 1. That's 2. That's not. I suck at math. Let's get started. First up, a CD that I really enjoyed was Walking on Cars, Everything This Way. Walking on Cars is such an underrated band. If you're into alternative pop music, definitely check Walking on Cars out. They have amazing songs. I would highly suggest you listen to Speeding Cars, Catch Me If You Can, and Always Be With You to test out and see if you like them, because those are their best songs in my opinion. But every song on this CD I loved, and I highly suggest you support this amazing band because I hadn't even heard of them until I downloaded the iHeartRadio app, so they definitely need more love. Now moving on to movies, there's not that many this time, yay, because my 100-day film challenge is over. Boo. But first up is Deepwater Horizon. I went and saw this a couple of weeks after it released and I loved it. Deepwater Horizon stars Mark Wahlberg as a man who is sent to Deepwater Horizon, an oil rig that famously caught on fire and dumped thousands of gallons of oil into the ocean in 2010, and it chronicles what happened that day, what BP did, and how they got in trouble for what they did. And it's such a powerful movie. You see the destruction this takes on the crew, and you see how their families are worried about them. Plus, Mark Wahlberg is the best I've seen him in years in this role. Also, Gina Rodriguez as Andrea Fleitas was phenomenal. She has so much range, so much nuance, and she's not just Jane from Jane the Virgin. She has so much more to her. She has so much more talent, and I can't wait to see her in more films because she has so much talent that just needs to be seen. Also, Kurt Russell was amazing in this film. And it was also kind of cool to see him with Kate Hudson, who plays Mark Wahlberg's wife, because you know Kurt Russell and Kate Hudson are stepdaughter, stepfather. That was really cool. Overall, I love this film. It definitely had a disaster movie feel to it. And I think that Peter Berg did a fantastic job directing this, and it was very emotionally disturbing and hard-hitting, and it's very important to see. It can be tough to watch at times, but this is important. The next movie up is Signs. Yes, this is the first time I've seen Signs ever in my life. Yes, it was goofy, and some of the acting just was plain terrible, but I had a good time watching this. I was pretty much invested the whole way through. And even though sometimes I was like, geez, this acting's bad, Mel Gibson and Joaquin Phoenix, what is up? You're usually fantastic. I was really absorbed in this movie and the story of how this town is being invaded by aliens. And yeah, it's not M. Night Shyamalan's best work, but it's still a decent movie. It's fun to watch. It's a good popcorn flick. And you get to see Abigail Breslin as a kid in her first role. The next movie is Suspiria. If you haven't seen this, I highly suggest you do. This was my first Dario Argento film, and I need to watch more of his films now. And if you've seen movies like Black Swan and The Neon Demon and you like those, you definitely owe a heavy debt to Suspiria. Suspiria is about a young woman named Susie Banyan who gets accepted to this prestigious dance academy, but there's weird things going on. People are mysteriously dying, school is just unusual, and this film has amazing practical effects. Dario Argento knows how to utilize blood in such a beautiful way. I know that's such a weird thing to say, but even when things got gory, it was so beautiful because Dario Argento had an eye for that. He knew how to juxtapose beauty with darkness, and I love that about this film. The next film up is Swiss Army Man. Yes, this is the film about a farting corpse. Go ahead, get the laughs out. But the story centers on a man played by Paul Dano who is basically about to commit suicide. He's not basically about to commit suicide. He is going to commit suicide when he notices a corpse washed up on the beach that he's been stranded on for who knows how long. And this corpse is played by Daniel Radcliffe, and he notices that this corpse has some flatulence, so he uses the corpse as a boat to get off the island, and from there you see a friendship form between this man and this corpse. Yes, a friendship. And you see how this corpse starts to come to life and how he views the world, and he sees this world in such an innocent, childlike state, and it's funny, but at the same time, kind of heartbreaking to see how Manny, the corpse, is so innocent. He sees this world as being such a beautiful place and how it's wonderful, and Paul Dano's character just wants to get back to regular life and to the woman he loves, and he's so jaded, and to see those two together and see how they depend on each other and how one's so depressed and so jaded while the other's so hopeful and childlike, and he's just so excited to be alive again, is such a beautiful juxtaposition. Swiss Army Man is more than just fart jokes. It's a story about friendship, about love, and it's very moving. So definitely give it a chance. Don't just brush it off as a farting corpse film. Definitely give Swiss Army Man a chance. And the last film I really enjoyed the past few weeks was Ring. I've heard this pronounced several different ways, but this is the Japanese original that the American film The Ring was based off of. This is not technically a horror movie, in my opinion. This is a procedural crime film with family drama with horror elements thrown into it. It's not particularly scary, in my opinion, but it's the story, of course, about how there's this cursed video. If you watch it, you get a phone call and you have 1 week, and then after that week's gone, you're dead and you just mysteriously die. There's no signs of assault or of illness or anything. Your heart just stops. And of course, this reporter is intrigued. She goes to the cabin where a bunch of teenagers have recently died, watches the tape, and of course gets cursed. So she and her ex-husband are trying to figure out how to remove the curse from themselves, because obviously he watches the video after she does because smart. And as they go along, they learn more about the woman in the videotape, and you learn what happened to Sadako, who is the woman who climbs out of the well and kills you. And it's such a heartbreaking story in a way to learn what happened to Sadako, but it's also very chilling and very suspenseful. And I was so confused by the ratings on this after I finished watching this. I personally gave it 4 out of 5 stars, but if you're on Letterboxd, add me, by the way. But I noticed everyone that I watched it on Letterboxd that I'm friends with gave it like 3 stars or less, and I'm like, this is a 4-star movie. Don't go into this expecting a straight-up horror film, because that's not what it is. This is, like I said, a procedural crime thriller with family drama elements with a touch of horror thrown in. But if you go in with an open mind, this is a beautiful film with great acting, and it's perfectly paced for what type of film it is. Oh boy, this next section is jam-packed because guess what? It's TV season. Fall, winter TV season. Yay. First up, of course, is Supergirl. Everyone knows I'm obsessed with Supergirl, and so far season 2 has been strong. I love Tyler Hoechlin as Superman. It was so awesome to see Linda Carter as the president, and I just love this story. I love Melissa Benoist. I want to be Melissa Benoist. I want to cosplay as Supergirl. Can someone make that happen? Because I think that would be fantastic. Anyway, I love how bright and optimistic this series is compared to shows like Arrow. But I also love how Supergirl herself has gone through so much, but she's still strong. She's finally coming into her own as a hero, and she's confident in her abilities, and she's learning what she wants in life. And I feel like I'm going through that as well. I'm coming to terms with myself and knowing what I want in my life, so I feel like this is a very pivotal show for me at the moment because it's kind of echoing my own life. I'm obviously not a superhero, but, you know, I'm very much like Kara Danvers. The next show is Supernatural. I've been watching this show since season 1, and for the past couple of seasons, they've actually been pretty strong because after the 5th season, Supernatural started to wane, and I started to get a little bored with some of the episodes, and I started to get bored with the Angels and Demons storyline. But the past 2 seasons have been full of scary episodes, and this one has started off really strongly. I love Sam and Dean now. I love the extra characters they've added, and I'm so excited to see what else they have in store for this season. Next up is Legends of Tomorrow. This is the CW's weakest DC-based show, I will admit that, but the first 2 episodes of season 2 have been stronger than the majority of the season 1 episodes have been, so I have high hopes for this. They are including the Justice Society of America now in this season, and I know for a fact that the baddies for this season are Damien Dark, Malcolm Merlyn, Captain Cold, and some other awesome villains, and I'm just excited to see Captain Cold back, okay? I'm a huge fan of Wentworth Miller, so I'm really excited to see Captain Cold back, okay? I just want Captain Cold back. Let me look at that beautiful man. The next show is Jane the Virgin. I evangelized the show so much, ha 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 ha, pun not intended. But it's such a fantastic show. So many people just toss this off as being a chick show, like chick lit show, just throw it away. But no, this is a fantastic family drama with humorous elements, and it's made me cry on several occasions. And this season follows Jane and how she has to make decisions she never thought she would have to make in her life. And so far it's been both funny and heartwarming and heartbreaking, and it's just everything I want it to be. But I still really want her to end up with Raphael, because Raphael's a dreamboat. He's the perfect guy. Like, seriously, he loves her so much. How can you not see this, Jane? How can you not freaking see how much Raphael loves you? I need someone to discuss this show with too, by the way, because I have so many theories, and no one I know watches this show, and I really need to talk to someone about Raphael and Jade and how much I ship them. And the next show, people are going to laugh at me for this, but it's The Vampire Diaries. I started watching The Vampire Diaries when I was in high school, and I have a big attachment to this show because of that, because when I started watching this show, I was at a very low point in my life in high school. I was going through severe depression. To see Elena and to see the Salvatore brothers and their struggles and how they dealt with love and all the issues they went through, I kind of identified with that. And I just kept up with the show as the years went along. And this is the final season, and I'm honestly really sad about it. I know it's a good place to end because it has been going on for a while, but it's an end of an era for me. And the first couple of episodes have been really good so far. Like, I've really enjoyed them. And I hope to see Nina Dobrev back as Elena in this season, since obviously this is the last season. But, I mean, I love The Vampire Diaries. Is it the best show ever? No, but it's good, cheesy fun sometimes, and it does have special memories for me, so that's why I love it so much. Next up is Black Mirror Season 3. I actually did a review and episode breakdown of this season, so I'm not going to go into it, but I will say it's chilling and amazing, and go watch my review. And finally, of course, The Walking Dead. I'm a huge The Walking Dead fan. I was really satisfied with the premiere of Season 7, and I think Negan is such an amazing villain. That's all I'm going to say. I'm not going to spoil anything, but I'm so happy with the direction they're taking Negan in, and I'm so happy that Jeffrey Dean Morgan was cast as Negan, because I've been following him since he was Sam and Dean's dad in Supernatural Season 1, and I know how much talent he has, so to see him be able to put that to his full extent in The Walking Dead is amazing, so I'm so excited to see where Negan is taking this season. And all the music I enjoyed is listed in the playlist down below, so go give the songs a listen and let me know what you think. Those are all my favorites for the second part of October. Let me know what your favorites have been this month so far in the comment box down below. Like the video if you liked it. If you liked it, of course, feel free to share the video, because that helps me out a lot. That helps the channel grow, and it helps my videos get more views and all that great stuff. And if you haven't already and you like what you saw and heard, please hit that subscribe button, because then you'll get to see all my videos and we can be best friends. And you know how else we can be best friends? You can follow me on all my social media sites, which are listed in the description box down below. I love you all so much, and thank you so much for watching. Peace and kisses. Bye!